Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for waiting on us. I had some technical difficulties getting started, but here we are. Thank you so much for waiting on us. I am so sorry. My phone is on. But here we are. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I thought I turned it off. Anyway, today's topic is love and hate on these YouTube streets. And I know that can get deep and go many different directions, but we have an excellent panel that's going to be here. I welcome all of your questions, your comments, concerns. Just please, no profanity, and be respectful of each other, even if you don't agree. Are y'all ready to get started? I know I am. So I'm going to play my intro and we'll get going. Well, if my intro will play. I said I didn't know how this was going. All right, here we go.
Dancing with our Father and God in fields of grace. Dancing with my Father and God in fields of grace.
All right, let me bring everybody up. I thought I had everybody.
I was like, oh, we're missing some people.
I'm just going to go in the order it is showing me. We've got Xyliegetsreal. Welcome, Xylie. How are you doing?
Hi. Thank you for having me.
I am so glad you're here. We have Mike from the Kingsforum podcast. Hey, Mike, how are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I am so glad you're here. And as always, I love your input. We have a very special guest, and I am so excited that she's here. We have Freckles, the psychotherapist thoughts. Welcome, Freckles. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited. Good panel.
Everybody knows my brother from another mother. We got AT2, and as always, I love having AT2 up here. Welcome.
Thank you. And I'm not here for a long time. I'm just here for a good time.
There you go.
Oh, Lord.
There you go. And
He's
we
starting
also
already.
have London Girl. And
Hey,
London Girl, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's nice to join such a panel, especially when I watch all of your videos. So I've been taking notes for the last month, and I've got some pointers for you. I'm just joking. Who's got time to write notes? But thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for the chat. That Amber chick, welcome. Wendy Lynn, welcome. And Taylor O, I love it. I appreciate y'all being here. I'm going to drop the link just in case anybody wants to come up and talk to. And we're going to get started.
I should invite. Never mind. Go ahead.
Who are you inviting? Who are you inviting?
Me?
I was thinking out loud, and I was like, "Oh, why did I say that out loud when we live?"
You can put it in the private chat.
Yeah, you can put it in the private chat.
Okay. This coming from a man who does nothing but live streams.
Like the YouTube link, like if they want to watch it on YouTube, I sent them the link. So if they pop up, I'll say who it was.
Okay. All right, y'all. How do we start this? Where do we start? There is so much love and hate on social media, and especially on these YouTube streets. And every time you turn the computer on, my phone won't be still. Every time you turn the computer on, there's another argument. There's another lawsuit. There's another person picking fights with this one. And I don't know what we need to do about it. How do we fix it? Where do we start?
And there's horrible parodies that are not funny either.
I agree with that.
Some of the parodies are funny.
Some of them should take classes before they decide to be actors or entertainers. But hey, not everybody can have talent like AT2. But
Right.
Here we go.
That's true.
Real
That's
talk.
really true. That's the true part.
Real talk.
We got the entertainer in the house.
There is one.
Xylie.
Yeah, we've got a comedian, a therapist,
You don't know what to call me.
podcaster, a
Just saying.
subscriber, and then Xylie's in a class of her own. All right, guys. With all the hate and anger and everything being spewed, I kind of want to start with an outsider's perspective, because all of us on here are also creators, except for London Girl. And London Girl, what do you think whenever you watch YouTube? Because I know in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, what could I do to counter this? Or do I just need to leave it alone? What do you feel? What do you think?
Well, what I would say is it is drama-rama on the YouTube streets, because every sector that I've been into has drama. Every sector has drama. I noticed a kind of darkening of it from about May, and I'm quite a spiritual, earthy person, so I know there was like some retrograde or something going on, because it wasn't just YouTube. There was just like a heavier darkness. There was a shift, and love and hate are two sides of the same coin, right? So I'd rather focus on the love and where it's positive and where it creates value in my life, I guess. And so as a subscriber, I personally go to channels that have a lot of value, give a lot of value. Like, with 82, I started with him, and it's a lot of joy. It's a lot of laughs. It's a lot of, high energy. With Freckles, it's a really interesting perspective on, the kind of little bit of people watching I do. So I now view it as a psychological experiment, because it's such an interesting, time period we're in. We've gone through, like a global movement, a race in the last 18 months. We've also then been stuck in our homes a lot. And I think that, I feel fortunate that I've got an awareness about people and people's attitudes and people's vibes. And some of it may be fun to start off with, but then I find that it's gone too far too quickly, that I think 82 almost fell off his chair. So I'm trying not to laugh. I sort of soon saw it, and he tried to style it out and turn off his camera. Sorry. So for me, I've got to the point where I'm observing people from a people watching type of view, and then also trying to just stick with things that are positive, have a positive energy, basically, because it really doesn't do you good. I don't think it doesn't do me good to be in such negative. When people are having drama, the negativity of it kind of can be overwhelming, because it's so dark. And then the other thing I wanted to say was, in terms of positive things, I guess when it's all this doxing that's going on, all these investigations, which I'm just like, I always felt that I would be a private investigator. So I'm just like, I think you can do better to start off with these investigations.
Absolutely.
Start off with. And then also, you're doing too much, because why am I learning about this person, that person, that person? So for me, from a subscriber's point of view, it can be overwhelming to see it, and also sometimes confusing, because I'm just like, well, I know I don't like that person because they're basically RS racist, but why are you hanging with that person then? That doesn't make sense to me as a subscriber. But then I have the choice not to engage with that person. So yeah, a little long, but that's some input now. And also, sorry, just on the positive thing, what I really love about Xylie is every chat she puts up her rules.
Yeah.
And I really respect that. And I think it's a really good way to manage a chat and be respectful, because, you know, I've heard it said from creators that you've basically got a lot of the same subscribers.
Sorry.
And I think that some YouTubers are doing really great in terms of respect for everyone. You might not like someone, but those rules have always stuck out for me, Xylie. I like the way you move.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that about Xylie as well too.
I do too. Hey, Stina, welcome to the chat. And what I'm showing is we've got 17 on here. So for everybody hiding in the bushes, welcome. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
Hope we can help in some way.
And hit that like button.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Put the thumbs up. Subscribe, hit the bell, go to all notifications, because we've been doing this every Saturday for a little while, so we'll be jumping in there too. Mike, I've got a question for you. I know you're not a big YouTuber and that you have your own podcast. Do you catch a lot of the negativism that we do as YouTube creators?
I have some negative feedback, but all this whole hate on YouTube and all of that you guys are talking about, I kind of just stay in my lane of positivity and you know, putting out content I believe can make a difference on my topics, whether it's mental health or mindset, and help spread awareness. So I'm not involved in the YouTube streets in that aspect. I just stay in my lane, but I do get thumbs down and negative feedback, but I use it to drive me.
That's what I was gonna say.
I use it to look at myself and question myself about why I'm doing things, and kind of, you know, that it puts me on my path. It doesn't take me off it, because I actually have this wall in my studio that has all the negative comments on there, and I use it to drive me and inspire me to do better.
I love that. I love that.
So that's how I use negativity. I kind of then look at myself and ask myself, you know what do I really want here? You're never going to please everyone, and that's a classic thing in life, never mind being a content creator. You never not everyone's going to like what you do, and it's not about that. That's not the reason why I do it. I don't want to be loved by everyone. I just want to try and make a difference and help others if I can with the content I put out, and that's my focus anyway.
That's good.
I love that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dorothy. Hey, Melissa. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you. I have tried, like Mike say, in my own lane. I've never mentioned another creator. And when I first started this channel, AT2 and I did a video on gossip. And just, if you shut up, there's nothing for anybody to say, you know? Mm-hmm. So, but I've tried to stay in my own lane. I don't like, and I will not mention another creator's name. I mean, if you pick up on it, you pick up on it. But I know Xylie's had a lot of conflict at times, and I know AT2 has. And Freckles, have
what?
You?
I don't know.
Not AT2.
Not AT2. No.
King of staying out of conflict.
Yeah.
How very dare you, madam?
How dare you, Pearl's Flex? Not AT2.
Freckles, do you have a lot of negative comments or hate in your chats at times?
Yeah. You got beef, Freckles?
They'll come. You know, I'll get some negative comments, some you know, those backhanded compliments, you know, low-key jabs. And I think it's, for me, like London Girl was saying, the way I view this, the reason why it fascinates me is that it is I look at it from a social psychology perspective, because as much as you study things in books, in work, and I work with people as individuals, seeing the whole social it's because what we see on YouTube is a microcosm of society, really.
Yeah.
Different segments of society. It's same reasons why I like watching reality TV and I love watching Big Brother, because what we see happens on the YouTube streets happens in real life.
Yeah.
And it literally fascinates me, but I do the doxing, I don't agree with that from anybody's perspective. I just think it's so dangerous. There's literally been people, YouTube content creators, people on Instagram who are no longer with us because of being stalked, and that happens. That's a real life thing, and anybody who's doxing is contributing to that. The possibility of it. And I just don't think it's right. But I also see a lot of I saw somebody make a video who mentioned something I said, but took it out of context. And literally, they just lied. But because they, come with a lot of things where they're showing that it appears to be true, everybody believes what they say. But I'm listening to this, I'm like, oh my gosh, you just lied. You straight lied. And
right.
But I'm not going to take the time to go, I'm not going to make a whole video about it.
Yeah.
But I see it, but it's so interesting to me that other people don't see it when they'll see people contradicting themselves or telling untruths. And the people who are, those diehard fans, they just kind of ignore it and act as if they don't see it. And it fascinates me. And then there's a lot of rationalization going on, a lot of cognitive dissonance. People, I'm okay, you're not okay. You and I are doing the exact same thing. For example, doxing, but it's okay for me to do it because of this reason, but it's not okay for you to do it. That's that rationalization, that defense mechanism people use to say, okay, really deep down, I know this is wrong, but I'm going to reduce the cognitive dissonance. That's that discomfort you feel when you have two opposing, like a thought and a behavior. I know doxing is wrong, but I'm going to do it. And in order to not make yourself feel physically uncomfortable or psychologically uncomfortable, which manifests sometimes as physical, that nauseous feeling or anxious feeling you may feel, people try to reduce that cognitive dissonance, and they use defense mechanisms like rationalism or rationalization to say, okay, yeah, I know this is wrong, but it's okay for me to do it because of such and such.
I hate that I know, but
Yeah, but that person over there, they shouldn't be doing it, and they're a horrible person for doing it, and it's things like that but there's so many people who will die hard for this individual. It's like, okay, we all know this is wrong. Why are we trying to pretend like it's okay? And AT2, a video, I think it was your video from yesterday, an early morning video, where you said, I was like, oh, he made such a good point, because this is what you had said, AT2.
Oh, what did I say?
What he said was, you'll see a lot of content. Well, I won't say a lot. You'll see some content creators who will go along with the nonsense because they got a shout out. And you'll see the bigger channels going around to the smaller channels, showing some support, popping into the chat. And then that'll make that smaller content creator they'll start caping for them and trying to rationalize the bad things that they're doing. And it's just I can get a shout out, so they can mention me in their video, so they can post me on their community tab. And I peep the same thing, AT2, and you see it, but it's like in their mind, it's like, don't you see what's happening? Like, people will see it on a larger scale. Like, for example, there's a larger content creator where people see her as, she's playing chess and she's moving her chess pieces, or she's a puppet master, and people can see it from her. But on the smaller level, do you not see that these people are playing you?
It's a mob mentality. Mm-hmm. And that's what is getting me. I mean, we are not high schoolers, but this mob mentality, this group think, I'm just, it has my mind blown. What happened to independent, rational thinking?
I think people want to be a part of a group. That's just, as humans, that's what we do.
Yeah.
We want to be a part of a group.
So may I ask Xylie a question? You've been on the YouTube streets a while, either as a creator or as a subscriber, I guess. So have you seen an evolution in YouTube where has it always been like this, or is this a kind of new phase of YouTube life?
From the time I've been an active subscriber, to a content creator, I will say, and with the realm of like YouTube news type stuff that I present, I would say that it's gotten worse. And this is what I mean. Before, it was petty stuff. Oh, this person, look how they looked over there at them. That's shady. Or this, they did this little bit of petty mess, or they did this, or they did that. Now I'm talking about nothing but court cases, essay, abuse of any kind. It's like, I miss the petty drama. I want to talk about stupid drama. I want to talk about the drama that we can sit in our chat and laugh about. Not the stuff that it can be so heavy that it messes with me mentally. You know? So I personally, I think it's getting worse. And what else I think is getting worse is the dynamic between viewers and the actual content creators, because now you're starting to see more viewers stepping up and going, hey, I found this on this person. I found this on this person.
True.
Right.
And you're seeing a lot more doxing and stuff like that. And you're seeing a lot more online investigators who are just viewers, but they're handing it over to the creators. Yeah, it's getting worse. It's absolutely getting worse.
And so, sorry, Kim, I just have all these questions all of a sudden. So from Freckles' point of view, because you spoke about the microcosm and the macrocosm, how do you see society in terms of the last 2 years where you say, where Xylie has said it's got worse? What are the points in society do you think has led us to this position? If YouTube's a microcosm of the of what's going on in the outside world, and also to Mike.
I think that it's just, obviously us being locked up because of COVID, I think people are building up a lot more frustrations. They're not able to get out there, get in the sun, be active, hang out with friends like we used to, that kind of thing. But I don't think any of this is new. It's always been going on. People have been doing this since the beginning of time. It's just because it seems, what I see a difference is that it seems to be becoming more acceptable.
Yes.
More people are making it seem like it's okay, which is like, this is not okay.
Right.
This is not okay for anybody to do it. And before anybody twists my words, I'll do like AT2. I'm going to say that again. It is not okay for anybody to dox. It is not okay for anybody to dox. Now, if you feel like somebody's done something to you and you want to pursue it, why does it have to be broadcast all over YouTube to find out who the person is and pursue, through a legal means? It is not okay for anybody to dox because somebody's already tried to turn my words around. You said it's okay for these people. No, I didn't.
Right.
No, I didn't. It's not okay for anybody to do it. It's just become more acceptable. It's weird.
So also the other thing I want to say as a subscriber, when I've been watching some of the drama go down and seeing some of the things that are happening, like text messages getting exposed, like there could be a thumbnail and they put a comment on, and if that comment's me, I'm just like, oh God, I'm just what? Why did you? I mean, I've basically stopped chatting on a lot of channels because as a subscriber, I feel afraid that anything I'm going to say,
and you don't know,
Freckles,
but you know what, London?
and the reason,
you know what though, London? That's why I have the rules that I have in my chat, because I want to protect y'all. If somebody is going to come after me and my live streams, I don't want them coming at y'all. I want them to come at me personally. Well, not personally, but you know what I mean? I want them to come at me for what I say, not with what y'all say. I'm sorry, what?
What are your rules?
It's wait, because I'll read them out, so therefore I can't remember them. Give me 1 second.
Read them loud for the people in the back too, because
I welcome you to the stream, and I says, please do not call anyone out of their name, even a person I don't like. I don't want you to call them by a messed up nickname or whatever. This is who they are, period. And then I put no racial slurs, isms, phobias, or shaming, no outside drama or personal beef in my chat. If you got a problem with somebody in the chat, take it to the Twitter streets. That's where the fighting happens. And it says everyone is welcome here. And when I say everyone is welcome, I even mean people I don't like. They are welcome in my chat, and they are welcome to be in there as long as they act right. Now, as soon as they don't act right, you got to go. But if you're in there and you're welcome to be in there. But I do that to protect my chatters, because I have seen quite a lot of YouTubers. Oh, look what they're saying in the chat. Look what that person's saying. So I do that not only to bring in a positive energy into my chat, but also create a safe place. But I also do it so if a content creator doesn't like what I'm covering and what I'm saying, they're not liking what I'm saying, and they can come after me. I don't want them to come after the viewers. I want them to come at me. So that's why I have the rules that I have.
That's a good idea.
I think the rules are amazing. I really respect you for having those up. Not everybody needs them, but I do, you know, it does stand out for me as a subscriber.
Well, because we're getting more and more people who are starting to watch us, I just feel like I need to reiterate. So it's part of my introduction. Hey y'all, how you doing? After the music plays and everything. Hey y'all, how you doing? Let's get the rules done and over with. We'll pin them at the top, and then we can get started. And it's just become a thing now. So
AT2, I know a lot of people try to drag you into drama so often, and I know there have been times that you and I have been talking, and then out of the blue, somebody throws something your way, whether it be bananas or name calling or anything of that sort. How do you personally deal with it?
It's funny that you bring this up, because there's this situation going on where somebody is putting a hit out on somebody to find out who they are. And I've been getting sent this information and stuff like that. And honestly, here's my thing. I'm going to be the bad guy this episode, so hear me out.
You always are. Don't worry.
We still love you.
Stay on brand.
I don't agree with them putting out a hit on the person or anything like that. However, I'm not going to windmill for the devil. So whatever happens, happens. However, I don't agree with it, and I don't want to see it. Sometimes you have to let people know, hey, that's a messed up situation, but I don't care. And it's not that I want something bad to happen to this person. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's just that I do not care. And I'm not going to windmill for somebody who obviously does not give any care about me. So I have to be, I have to let people know what I want to see and what I do want to see. And sometimes I just don't respond to it if I don't care. Xylie was saying, when, the petty drama and stuff like that, there was a time where the petty stuff, oh, did you see blah, blah, blah? They got a booger in their nose. That to me is entertaining, and that is funny.
Something we can laugh at. You can laugh at that. It's not serious.
Right.
Or falling off a chair.
But if you have 3 eyeballs, I don't want to make fun that you have 3 eyeballs and stuff like that. I don't want to make fun of stuff that you can't help, or, where it gets
too
prejudiced or racist or anything like that. I don't like any of that, and I don't want to be a part of it. Y'all duke it out and y'all do what y'all want to do, but I don't care over here.
So can I ask, what have you learned through this, say the last, since you've kind of got more subscribers, maybe you've been in a little bit of drama, maybe you haven't. What are the things that you have learned as a content creator?
The things, what I'm learning every day, to tell you the truth. When you think about it, I'm still in the process of learning. I always say, there's not these, these bigger content creators don't reach out to you to kind of guide you and help you. They reach out to you to manipulate you. Yeah. So technically I'm learning every day as I go along. A lot of what I'm learning is that you can't have so much more loyalty than someone else has for you. And that's what I was talking on my channel. I feel that there's opportunities where nobody asks to hear my side of things or heard to hear my, and here's my thing about asking. Don't go in my comment section asking me, oh, you need to speak about this, or demanding that I give you an answer. That's not how you do it. You approach me in my DM, or you have the phone number, the 510-600-6676 number. And you can hit me up there and ask me like, hey, I just have a few questions. Can you clarify a few things for me? And I'll definitely do that for you. Some things I don't want to do a video response to because I don't care to answer and nobody else cares to hear about it. There's also some things that I learned that not everybody is for me, and I don't need to be friends with everybody. I can be friendly, but I don't have to be friends with everybody. That's also something else that I've learned. I learned also too that it's cool being friendly with your subscribers, but when you don't have a personable relationship with them you have to be careful with the relationship with content creators, definitely, but with subscribers as well too. And nobody talks about that because sometimes you talk to them and you're like, okay, you seem cool, but then I see you in this person's chat and then this person's chat and then this person's chat, so I'm not the only one. I feel like you're cheating on me. So it's different stuff going on. So there's a lot of manipulation. So I would just my best advice would just what I've learned is to just protect myself more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I've got a question for Xylie and for AT2, and then after they respond, excuse me, Freckles, I want to hear your thoughts on it. As an individual person, okay, yes, we are YouTube creators, and yes, you can close your computer and walk away, but there are times, we're human too, and at some point, it becomes personal, and you have feelings in real life from something that happened on YouTube. How do y'all deal with that?
Ooh, that it's still a daily struggle. I feel that there's some things that do. Now, let me kind of backtrack what I was saying. I do feel like there are some things that do need to be addressed, definitely. And then there's some things I'm all like, why would I even respond to that? And what is it worth, But you do get emotional at times. There's some things that I'll be all like, okay, you keep poking at me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give you the response that I want. Because what I kind of do, I don't put everything out there that I know. I kind of sit back and watch. I'll be like, okay, you poking at me. Okay. But I also noticed this, that, and that, and this that you did, but I'm going to let it slide. And then they come back, poke at me again. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna let it go. And then, whatever, how many times that final straw is, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put everything out on the table, and boom, there you go. That's kind of like what happened with the last situation. I was like, okay, you keep poking me. Well, why don't we talk about this and that? Like, why don't we talk about the things that are important? And then when I dropped that bomb, it was like, oh my God, I can't believe you dropped that. No, you asked for it, so I gave it to you.
Exactly. No. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, AT2. All he had to do was just that, and it would have been done. Bam.
Yeah. Hey.
For me,
in the words of Andrea, she said, "You called for me."
For me personally, with a lot of the stories that I do, like it was a story that I'm getting ready to do. It emotionally bothers me because of what I have been DM'd by other SA survivors and stuff like that. Breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. As a matter of fact, I cried on panel yesterday when I was on panel about it. I know particularly like the Anna Campbell series that I did, that I just deleted the whole series off my channel. That story, it actually it bothered me when I cut off YouTube. When I cut off my computer, it still bothered me. I had a lot of sleepless nights over it. Mentally, there were days that I was supposed to stream and I didn't stream because I didn't feel good, because my body was shutting down going, honey, you need a break. Because it was hours and hours of watching, different videos and looking up articles and doing this and doing that. And it was, I got overwhelmed with the information, and it's not easy information. It's not easy for me to hear people crying about what happened, or seeing an abuse situation on camera, or reading about it. And I got overwhelmed with that story, and I had to take some time away. I had to, and it's funny. The story I'm getting ready to do is the first heavy topic that I've really done since Anna Campbell, except for there was the one Chris Chan one where I just skirted over it. I didn't even go deep in that one because they went way too deep, way too dark, and I knew I wouldn't be able to handle it after I did my Anna Campbell series. And this one coming up, this one's practically doing the same thing to me. I am literally thinking about it all the time. I'm even having dreams about it because it's bothering me so much, but I feel like I have this responsibility to speak up for people, especially when I'm getting DMs from people that it's just breaking my heart because they feel they won't be heard because of what's going on. And I just feel morally, I was always the kid in school that used to beat up the bullies. You know what I mean? And I just feel like I need to stand up for other people through this, so sometimes I got to take a break, and break's about to be over.
Right. And you know what, Xylie, it's so crazy because the boys that have been missing in Bakersfield or California City originally, but now it's so much going on with that case. It's not that I forgot about the boys or in Orson West. I've never forgot about it. When I recently went to Vegas, you know what? I only seen, and maybe it was the road that I took, but I only seen one sign for the missing boys. And it's almost like, did people forget? But there are people that do keep up with the case and stuff like that, but it's so much, you guys don't understand. There's so much misinformation and stuff that is false out there, and it's all like, these are really two boys that are missing, and I can't have you guys putting false information out there, because I used to just report on everything. Anybody had an update, I used to just report on it all, but I realized how traumatic this can be for the family that are looking for these boys, me putting this information that I'm just reiterating for people that really don't know anything. And I don't know if, because many of people got monetized off of that situation. So I don't know if it's for the money or if it's, their heart. So it really does tax you. And it's not that I gave up on the case. No, I still keep up with it. I'm just not going to report on it because it's a lot. It's a lot,
And that's how I am about the Anna Campbell case. I put out on Twitter, and because I'm open with my subscribers and my viewers, if I'm deleting something, I'm going to tell y'all I deleted stuff. Okay. And I put on my community tab, and I put on Twitter, hey, listen, I'm no longer covering the Anna Campbell series. I wish I could tell you why, but unfortunately I can't tell you why. But I did private those videos, but I wanted to be open and honest that I did that. I didn't want to just do it and not say anything. I want to be open and honest with my subs like that. And it's that kind of stuff. Of course I'm going to keep up with it. Of course I'm going to see what's going on and stuff like that. And I have some people that are kind of behind the scenes that can let me know, but I'm not reporting on it anymore. I'm done. I'm done with it.
Right.
And Freckles, what is your thoughts on all of it?
I think it's kind of like probably other, anything else in life. You just have to be mindful, be aware of where you're at, set some boundaries, and of course, take care of yourself. And I think we all know that, as you guys have already stated, to take a step back if you need to. Like they tell you on the airplane, if you have a kid with you, with the oxygen, what do they tell you to do when it drops down? They have you put it on yourself first.
On yourself first, right? Yeah.
And then the child or the person who can't do it themselves. So I think it's just a matter of being self-aware. And it seems like everybody up here is, that, okay, I realize this is getting overwhelming and I need to take a step back. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had to do that with the situation too. And I did. I left social media. I also have a cooking channel on here, and I just left it too. But yeah, for about a week or so, I got away from social media so I could get to remind myself who I was without the thoughts coming in.
Yeah, and as a subscriber who obviously watches too much YouTube at the moment, it's important to remember because, like you content creators, you spoke a little bit about your relationships with or the dynamic, I think is a better word, with your subscribers. And I definitely remember at the beginning of because I never watched YouTube if it wasn't for the corona and being in lockdown and wanting to find something a bit more interesting. And then with all the kind of social justice movements going on, that was also another great place to get news, which was independent and real and felt a bit more authentic. So it served that purpose. But I was like really loyal to certain content creators in my head, and that realness kind of formed some kind of attachment. And then, I can understand now why subscribers also plays so much part in terms of batting with content creators, because I was just like, but they're my friend. They're my friend. And yeah, I'm definitely going to show up to their timed lives and I'm going to be in the chat and I'm going, hi. Oh, they said hi to me. That's so great. So as a subscriber, there's definitely a part where you form a kind of weird, because it's not real, right? I mean, I'm in London. 4 of you on this panel are in the United States. I don't have a real connection, but there's a connection that is formed through this technology. And so 2 things I noticed was, get a life, London girl, because clearly you're too involved in some of this stuff. And secondly, I noticed a kind of feeling where there were a couple of subscribers that blew up over lockdown, and I just felt, oh, you're not my friend anymore. Now you've got thousands of subscribers, the guys that got you that, just a little feeling. And just because I'm mindful of my thoughts, and I do a lot of work and I do a lot of counseling stuff, I'm mindful of these thoughts as I'm processing them. But saying that, if you're not mindful, you don't have too much going on, and you have that attachment to a content creator, then I can completely understand why this has got out of hand. That situation you talked about, 82, I'm horrified that would be so much so publicly on social media. I was on another channel where we were talking about this young woman who got tragically, she's no longer with us because of a stalking. She was an Instagram famous person, and she was stalked. So to have your personal stuff put out there repeatedly, and then getting some of your subscribers to also do the same, I find that is clearly crossed the line.
Right.
I agree.
That happens quite a lot too. FYI, weaponizing your audience, it happens quite a lot. But then again, you also have stan culture too. And one thing I preach on my channel, and anybody who's watched it, one thing I preach about on my channel: do not stan a YouTube creator. Because if you do, I guarantee you they're going to disappoint you at one point, because we're all jerks. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody on YouTube's a jerk. It just depends on the varying degrees of being a jerk. And of course, I don't use jerk. I use the bad word, but I'm not on my channel and I'm trying to be respectful. Okay. But we're all jerks. It just depends on what varying degree and level that we are jerks. And if you
one's hands are clean.
Exactly. And we're all going to make mistakes. We're all humans.
Yeah.
Name me one human that doesn't make a mistake. And if that parasocial relationship gets too much, you're going to get disappointed. Guarantee you every YouTuber is going to disappoint you at one point, because we're all human.
You see some subs that are in, like, they'll go in other people's chats, other content creators' chats, and they will be so disruptive. It is just so disrespectful. It's like, don't you have a life outside of YouTube? Why are people are trying to enjoy this video and have a conversation, and you're just over here being disruptive? Yeah. It's just like, it's that type of, like, if you're sitting somewhere, having lunch, and just the loudest person comes up and starts being disruptive, you wouldn't be that way in real life, because everybody would leave as soon as you came along, Right. I'm just like, what is wrong with these people? Some of them,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I take it like, it's like a big, I work in corporate, and it's like my work kind of thing. So if I look at my work, there is that I would only want people to really being my kind of the social aspects of work if they're on my vibe, right? And so you know, looking at you guys, you're kind of my you know, some of you, so I don't know all of you, but some of you might be I might go and have a cup of water at the water cooler and talk about that show that we watched, that kind of that kind of thing. And then there's other people who I just think, I'm not going with them. I'm not going with them because they're saying really disrespectful stuff.
Right.
So I don't want to be on that vibe. So if I break it down as a subscriber and kind of assign people certain roles in my head, it kind of makes more sense. But again, I really can understand, I don't condone, but I can understand kind of when subscribers go wild.
And it makes the content creator look bad, you know.
It does.
Makes them look. It makes you get a bad taste in your mouth for the content creator, and they're not even the ones who are actually, you know, causing a ruckus. So it's.
But see, it's in their community, though. See, that's the whole thing. Hint, my rules. The kind of community I am trying to create. I'm not part of a community on YouTube. I am part of the non-community community, okay? My community is the channel Xylie Gets Real. And the viewers that come on there and the subs and the members, that's the community that I am creating. And I want the community a safe space where I can talk about two polarizing figures. They're fighting. And we can have fans of this one. We can have fans of this one. But they're having a conversation. They're not fighting and arguing in the chat, but everyone is welcome. So these fans and these fans are welcome. If you want to talk about the situation in the chat, by all means, do it. I want it for the conversation, but don't go low. Don't break any of my rules, and we're good. I'm trying to create a safe space for everyone where they know, where they don't sit there and go, well, I can't go into that stream because they'll kick me out just for saying the opposite. No, not at all. You don't have to agree with me just because it's my live stream. But perfect example, what we say about my community, we're messy, but we're respectful. We're messy, but respectful. And that's all I ask for. That's all I ask. Because the only community I'm worried about is my own, you know, and that's it. And as long as they're in my stream acting right, that's all I care about.
Yeah, you have a kind of, this is how you've got to behave in my house vibe.
Yeah.
These are the house rules.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is.
Okay, Dark Magician says, how many chances do you give a creator when they show a pattern of bad behavior, and what do you consider bad behavior? Anybody can answer that one.
I think it depends on what it is. I will say this. Doxing, you're cut off. You're done. I'm done at that point. I think there's varying degrees of bad behavior because, again, we're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? So I can't expect someone to sit up there and be perfect all the time. I know they're going to screw up. So to me, I think it depends on what they do. And there's a whole string of what you could say is bad behavior. I do half of them on my channel. Okay. So, I mean, because some people don't like how I present it. And that's fine. If I'm not for you, that's fine. I get it. You know, but I know one of my hard lines is doxing. So I can tell you that. I can answer that part.
Yeah, I would absolutely block anybody that doxed anybody else because there's no sense in that. Joshua, I'm going to tell you, we will do another show about psychics and all of that because I don't think this is the time and place for that.
Yeah, I read that comment. I was all like, I don't know how to answer that one.
Yeah,
me either.
We'll wait and answer that one at another time, or you can DM me and I'll be glad to talk with you personally. Mike, do you have any comments on what has been said?
No, I think you've all made great comments about how you handle this type of thing and if it affects you, you know, the best way you deal with it. As I said, because I'm not quite, yes, I produce content, but you know, I don't get involved and don't really listen to all of this, you know, that's actually going on, all that negativity and toxicity on in YouTube at times. So I'm kind of, you know, away from that. Yeah, I see a bit of it, but I don't really get involved and really care for it, to be honest. So
stay away. Stay away.
Stay away.
Safe. Stay safe. Stay over there. It's rough. Okay.
Yes, stay in your own lane.
You're good. You're good. Good for you for not dealing with it. That's all I'm saying.
Right. And I just
teach us your secret.
Right? To stay away. I subscribe to both your channels. I love the accents of London Girl and King. I just like my you know, in my car, the directions. It's in an English accent.
Oh, see?
I can't stand hearing the Americans. I'm like, no, talk to me, Daddy.
I love that.
She's like, talk to me, Daddy. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Oh my God.
The show.
I love that accent.
Go ahead, Mike.
The show's taking a different turn there. You know.
Say that again.
The show's taking a different turn.
But I would say I don't have a channel, and to be honest, all this, you know, I might have considered it at a point, because I do respect you guys as creators, how much work, you know, really goes into these things. So, you know, big respect, because, you know, you're doing it, you're creating content, you're growing your channels. It's really great. But the off-putting thing is the drama. And so for me, I'm not that kind of person that can deal with that, because for me it's like gossiping about someone in the office, basically. And it's that horrible vibe, and you don't feel good, and it doesn't create value for me personally. Freckles, anytime you want me on your channel, I'm happy to come up.
Oh, that's awesome. And you know, I was thinking, like, just listening to you talk, something else I do on YouTube how YouTube helps me is when I'm going to sleep, I like listening to the mystery. You know, when people are talking about a crime that was either solved or not solved. I can't remember. I don't know what area of YouTube that's called, but I'm subscribed to a lot of those channels. And the people who have the English or British accent, they always seem like they know what they're talking about to me in my head. So I like listening to them when I'm going to sleep. So I think you have an awesome voice for that.
Babe, we call that a bias. We call that an unconscious bias. We're not cleverer than anyone.
She's very unconscious about her bias.
Just gets you.
I admitted that. I love that.
She's not unconscious about her bias. Okay.
Right.
I'm just saying very conscious about her bias. She is not unconscious.
I'd love to join you anyway, Freckles. You can we can talk after. I DM you or something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Jenny, I want to tell you, I agree wholeheartedly, 100% that passive aggressive comments are the worst. You know, you don't want to respond to it, but you don't want it either. And I agree. I mean, I have dealt with that, and I agree.
Well, it's funny. Like on my channel, it's like everybody's like, the drama's too much. The drama's too much. I would kind of sound like a hypocrite if I said the drama was too much, being that my whole channel is about drama.
Well,
it's just
right.
I mean, that's what my channel is, and I have to be truthful about that. My channel's about drama. Now, do I wish some more lighthearted drama would come through? Yes. Because I am so tired of this heavy stuff. Can I have something light? You know,
and you'll see the comments are on the video that you're talking about the drama. It's somebody watching the video telling you that they're tired of the drama, but why are you here?
Right. They're there for it. These people are such liars. Like, I don't like the drama, but they're the first ones in the chat. They're like, hey, T2.
They're the ones that give you the thumbs down before the video starts.
Let me tell you, when I was doing the Anna Campbell, and I remember this specifically, I actually had a good amount of my viewers who were there for every live stream. I didn't see them for those 8 or 9 videos. They were there for the first one, but they would leave early because it was so heavy for them. And when I put up on my community tab that I took it down, I got several messages going, you know, that was the one case I couldn't watch. You know, it bothered a lot of people. And I remember, some of my like diehard viewers, they're there. They've been with me since I was like at 200 subs. And they couldn't watch it because, and I would tell them, and they would be in my chat and go, "I'm sorry, Xylie, I can't do it." I say, "Hey, it's okay. I feel like I need to report on this, but I understand if you can't be here, I'm not going to look at you bad. I appreciate the fact that you're supporting me anyway. It doesn't, that's fine. And believe me, I'm going to break this up. And when I was doing other subjects, they were there. You know, it's just some things they weren't able to watch. And I get that. Believe me, I get it, you know, so it's just, I just want some lighthearted drama. Can I just see some little shady stuff that I can talk about, please?
Right.
Okay, AT, you and I have to get together and find something for Xylie to comment.
I'm waiting. See, I have a 10K rule on my channel, so I'm waiting. AT2 needs to hurry up, reach 10K, and then I'm going to start some stuff with him.
Exactly.
Right. I'm too small. I'm one of those small bloggers.
You're too small right now. Once he hits 10K, it's on. It's on.
Right.
Melissa, I do agree with you. AT2 and I'm not going to tell you our whole conversation, but I am going to tell you that he has never told me not to talk to somebody, not to subscribe, not to be on their channel. He has had the utmost. He encouraged me to be on somebody's show that he wasn't kosher with at the moment. He encouraged me to go. He has never told me not to. I have never told him, look, so-and-so doesn't like me, so you need to unsubscribe from her. Don't listen to her. Don't go to her chats. Don't give her a watch. We don't do that. That is such disrespect for each other. I think I'm a very intelligent, well-educated lady, and I think the same of AT2, but he's not a lady. But well, he is a very intelligent man, and he can think for himself. I can think for myself, and I agree with you. If somebody tells me to unsub from somebody else, I'm going to unsub from that person.
That is absolutely ridiculous. There is no reason why. Listen, there is room for all of us on here. I don't care if I like you or I dislike you. There is room for all of us on here. And I will be daggone it, because again, not on my channel. I will not be telling any of my subs or my viewers, don't go watch them. Don't go do that. It's none of my business what they do once they're outside of my chat. They're grown. You know, I can't. Ooh, that stuff irritates the heck out of me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Jenny, you and I have both dealt with that. Yeah. And at that point, that's when you block people. If they're so worried about who you are liking and who you were commenting on, yeah, it's time to block that person.
Because it seems like you're trying to tell, I mean, we're all adults out here. We're supposed to be 18 and up watching most of these videos. So for a grown person to allow another grown person to say, don't go sit at that table, it's like, you need to rethink your life if you just, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're just listening. That's just crazy to me.
Yep. I thought somebody was being attacked by a dog outside. That's why I had to mute my mic.
I think it's me. Sorry, I think someone's getting attacked here in London outside my house.
No, it's outside my window right now. I was like, but I think they're playing around. Like, but I thought they were getting attacked, and I was like, oh my god, like, should I do something? Like, yeah,
Y'all heard it here first. AT2's really in London. That's why he was doing a live at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, they said I'd be hiding in the closet over here. I'm really in London Girl's closet. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, somebody did say the other day you were in the closet, didn't they?
Someone said AT2 is shaking in his closet.
So I
Well,
want to respond to the dark magician's question, if I may, just
sure,
about
go ahead.
what constitutes bad behavior. And as a subscriber, there are things that I've seen with some, I'm on different channels and different sectors, and there's some things that if they basically go against Xylie's rules for the most part. So if somebody is any of those isms is so disrespectful or just says something that doesn't vibe with my soul, I don't need to watch them again because it hasn't left a positive impact on me. So why would I go back to that channel if I'm not with their vibe and they're exhibiting bad behavior? We all have choices. And then the other thing, oh my God, don't let it escape from my mind. The other thing, I've lost it. Sorry.
That's okay. If it comes back, just interrupt whoever's talking. We're not going to be on here too much longer. Jenny says bad behavior equals behavior that lowers your vibe. So I can see that. And again, your definition of bad behavior may be different from mine, but if I'm in a chat and it's making me feel some sort of way, I'm leaving it. Because I don't think, well, let me just put it this way. I would not listen to a chat that goes on for hours bashing one person. Who has time for these 5, 6, and 8 hour chats? Xylie, really? Do you have them that long?
No, I don't have them that long. I plan on having. Well, actually, no. There was one night that I streamed a topical live for like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, and then an hour later, I went live again and streamed for another 5 or 5.5 hours.
I did a 4-hour.
I did a
4-hour live for my birthday.
Yeah.
I did a 4-hour. I didn't intend to though, but
me and AT2 got nothing but time.
Right.
I remember.
Got nothing but time. Just saying.
I don't see how somebody could sit on there for that long, degrading somebody else.
Oh, I don't degrade
somebody else out of
I think
their
London
name.
Girl remembers what she was gonna say.
Oh, it was just about the well-being aspect when you are covering topics that can be heavy, or even these topics, to just maybe think about closing it out with some well-being tips, whether it's a few deep breaths, whether it's a few, like how to prevent subscribers when they are like the SA topics or other topics of violence or things that can be triggering to people, to maybe just add in a bit of either from your personal, and this is what I do to calm down. I have a hot bath, I put the candles on, or I meditate, or I watch this comedy, but just give a bit more of that so that you're maybe helping subscribers going to their own well-being and not feeling like, oh my God, I'm so drained from this live stream.
Right. Now that's what I said. I can't sit there and watch that without it draining me. And whenever it gets to the point that it's affecting me and my health and everything else, it's time to go. I mean, there are millions of YouTube creators. Why sit in somebody's chat that you don't like, or you're only waiting to hear them say something so you can dox, criticize, or attack them?
Right.
I don't understand that. I don't. Y'all, we have been on here for over an hour, so we're going to get ready to wrap up. Before we do, I do want to tell you, I'm also on Instagram at Fields of Grace 101, and a friend of mine and I are starting a group called No Makeup Mondays. And that's going to be for women supporting women. We'll have different topics or whatever, and we're going to do it through Zoom or Discord. We haven't decided which one yet, but we're going to start it this Monday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And it will not be aired. It will not be like a live chat. It'll be more a phone discussion, but so everybody can feel safe and it won't be broadcasted. You can say what you need to say, because a lot of people don't have people they can actually talk to, and it is easier to talk to a stranger. We're going to go around the room. Everybody tell where you can be found, and I will put it in the in the description when this video is over. So Xylie, start with you. How can everybody find you?
You can find me on my channel, Xyliegetsreal. I do not have a set schedule. It's basically when things pop off or I just want to run my mouth is when I go live. I have a Twitter at XylieStarGaming. Besides that, I mean, you'll see me on different panels or, see me. I love live streams, so you'll see me in different live streams and stuff like that. But yeah, come on by the channel. We're messy, but we're respectful over there. So hope to see you there.
Mike, where can you be found?
The Kingsforum podcast show on YouTube. Check out my episodes, primarily mindset and mental health, but I do have things on hot topics as well from time to time. But yeah, that's generally just spreading awareness on mental health and mindset.
I've loved your podcast about that. It's very touching.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Freckles, do you have any follow-up comments to anything that's been said? Because I love your perspective. And like I had told you before, I'm a psychology nerd, and I love that. That's my song. So
right.
Is there anything you want to add to what's been said?
No, I think you had a really great panel. Like, people who are all self-aware, which is awesome. So I think it was an awesome panel. And it was
Thank you so much. I love everybody up here. It's like family. Where can you be found? And
on YouTube, it's Freckles, a Therapist Thoughts. And then on Twitter and Instagram, it's just_Freckles04.
Okay, and I'll also put that in the description when we're done. AT2, my man, where can you be found on? And give all
everywhere.
In the streets.
He's in the streets.
Right, you can find me in these YouTube streets. Yeah, causing havoc, yeah. But no, you can find me on Instagram at AT2_for_real. Here on YouTube at AT2. I am the first AT2 that pops up. I just wanted to add that in there. Also, you can find me on Twitter. Now, I don't really use the Twitter, but you can find me at The Real AT2 on Twitter. But I just want to say thank you so much, Kim, for bringing us all together. Like, this was really dope. I really appreciate this. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I love y'all so much. I mean, this is just a highlight of my week. AT2, you also have a website.
Oh yeah. I always forget about my website, www.at2entertainment.com. Again, www.at2entertainment.com. And also, if you want to email me, please email me at at2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. Again, at2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com.
Oh, I have a show segment idea for you, a Taco Meat Tuesday.
Taco meat too? Oh, hold on. Let me get the taco meat ready.
You just get up here to show it off.
Oh, Lord. Gotta get that taco meat in.
Love it.
I was going to say, explain something to people that are listening. I know you've just now gotten to where you're able to do memberships. And I think there was a misunderstanding in there somewhere that you had to be a member in order to be a sub. You want to straighten that out?
Yes. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I forgot all about that. So I guess there was a little confusion. Like, people felt like they had to be a member in order to be subscribed to my channel. It's actually a thing going on with the subscriber count with YouTube, but there were a few people that felt like they needed to be, in order to be subscribed, they had to be a member. No, the members is just so that we have a safe space to talk. And then, like I said, like, some people do give cash apps, donations and stuff like like that, this is kind of like a reoccurring payment. So that way, you know, you don't have to feel obligated like, oh, I didn't give anything this month. Like, if you want to be a part of it, you can be a part of it. Now, some people said my prices was way too high, but the thing was is that you can't change it once you make it. You can't change it. And so my trajectory is that I'll probably be at 20K by my birthday.
Okay, Freckles was asking
in the universe.
prices.
So it's I got titles. So for the smooth talkers, which you get access to the emojis and everything like that, the smooth talkers are $6.99. Okay. And then we have the real talkers, which is $9.99, and those people get everything, and then they're gonna help me more, give me input and ideas for the actual shows and stuff like that. And still they get the private live streams and stuff like that when I start those. And all memberships get the pre-show and after shows. I was going to do one this Friday, but I decided not to because I had a whole issue that's private that I can't talk about. But starting next week, we will be doing the after shows and the pre-shows and the after shows, or either or, depending on time restraints and stuff like that, where, like, you know, people who don't really are content creators can even come on the live stream and just talk, you know, freely without everybody in their business and without them being attacked and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then the $19.99, those people get, those are the elite voices. That's what I titled the $19.99 people. Those people will get once a month, either if they want me to do like a shout out video for like a birthday, holiday, anything like that. And also a personal phone call for 30 minutes uninterrupted.
30 minutes.
Awesome.
Wow.
Xylie, do you have memberships?
Yes.
You want to give your tiers?
My first tier is, I think it's just saying squad. Hold on, wait a minute. Listen, I get confused. Okay, the first one is just saying squad. Of course, they get the emojis, and I'm putting out a weekly podcast that I put for my members only for a solid week before I put it out to the public. They also get that. And then my second tier is $4.99. That's just saying crew. And with the $4.99, you can go into the members only Discord that I have, where my mods and those $4.99 tiers and up, they are in there. And then with my $9.99, they get everything the $4.99 and the $1.99 get. But they also get a shout out. So when I put my exit music on and my exit graphic, it shouts the people out who are my Just Saying gang, where they're at the you know.
Awesome.
So that's what mine are.
Freckles, do you have memberships?
Yeah, I do. I do. I just have a 99-cent membership. I haven't put much thought into it. That's it.
But you still have it.
You still have it though.
You know how they prompt you before you do it, they prompt you every time you log in. So I just went ahead and set it up. It's 99 cents.
Wait, you get prompted every time you go in?
Well, because before I set it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, before I set it up. And every time I logged in, it would say, hey, memberships. Hey, and you'd have to X out of it. And I was like, let me just set this up so it can stop.
Oh, yeah. In like your studio and stuff. It keeps asking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm such a small YouTuber right now.
So should I tell you?
That's okay. I'm growing one person at a time. And I'm getting I am building a community of people like her on this panel, and no hate. We're a no hate zone. So
should I tell you where you can find me?
I just joined.
I didn't hear that.
Should I tell you where you can find me?
I was coming to you. London Girl, where can we find you?
You can find me on street. Yeah, that's right. But in the bushes. You can find me on Cameo, London Girl. Cameos are reasonably priced at $50, and for that you get a really I'm just joking, you can't find me on Cameo. You can find me on you can find me on Second Life, London Hot Girl. No, I'm sorry, that's just an old joke from the past. You can find me on.
Oh my gosh, London, you play too much.
So
I love the jokes.
the real place you can find me is oh, maybe I shouldn't give it out. It might be a bit X-rated. No, I'm not on that. I'm not on that show. I'm not on that platform that, you know, people.
Oh, OnlyFans.
Listen, honey,
Yeah.
it's 2021. You got to do what you got to do. I would not judge.
No,
Man.
I'm not.
Hey, make
I'm
that
not.
money.
I'm not on OnlyFans. You can find me on Instagram under my YouTube name, Original Dalston Girl. I put it in the chat. So if anyone wants to, I'm not on OnlyFans, Mina, but thank you for reminding me what it's called. Just Instagram. Just Instagram. I'm just a girl who likes to vibe high and connect with people and do things like this. So Kim, I really want to thank you and all of the other panel members for giving me the opportunity to give you a view from a subscriber. And I think you all do awesome jobs, all of you.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you're here. I mean, I love your input. I always love your input.
Yeah. Always appreciate London Girl.
All right. Does anybody have any closing?
Yes. I hope Mike feels better.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Feel better, Mike.
Yeah. Everybody send prayers to Mike. His health has not been all that great lately. So
Hope you feel better soon, Mike.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to ask my panel to stay around for a minute after I end the broadcast, if you don't mind. And to everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And I'm sending love and peace and just good vibes to everybody. And we will see you in our next video.
Bye.
So everybody have a good day. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Love and light.
Bye.